Episode 11. Whispers of the Twilight Jesters.
I first saw the message scrawled across the dilapidated barn's broadside. Beware the Twilight Jesters. The paint was faded, and the edges of the lettering were chipping away with age and exposure to the elements. It had the feeling of a relic from a bygone era, a warning never heeded. The barn stood as a sole monument to a once vibrant farmstead, long abandoned and left to decay in the heart of nowhere, Arkansas. It was my new home, an inheritance from an estranged relative. Work as an architect in Little Rock had been hectic, and the solitude seemed inviting. Yet, the odd message on the barn was the first of many peculiarities that soon turned my tranquil escape into a place of nightmares. In town, I'd grab a six-pack and a pizza from Sammy's Diner and Store, then sit on my front porch, watching as the sun dipped behind the horizon, casting long shadows that danced in the twilight. The cool evening breeze would rustle through the fields, creating an eerie melody that lulled me into a sense of calm. I came to love those peaceful evenings. Yet, that was all before I heard their laughter. One night, as I sat gazing at the dwindling twilight, I heard the echo of giggling from the nearby woods, punctuated by the chilling notes of a harmonica. It was an unnatural blend of the whimsical and the macabre, the sound of mirth laced with madness. For the first time, I recalled the warning on the barn, beware the Twilight Jesters. The laughter seemed to echo the very sentiment. But there was nothing but darkness in the woods. I shrugged off the sounds as my imagination getting the best of me. Yet, the eerie laughter lingered in the back of my mind, unsettling my newfound tranquility. The same haunting scene repeated for nights. The twilight would settle, the wind would rise, the laughter would start, and the harmonica's chilling tunes would join the symphony. The routine was consistent and deeply unsettling. Each time, I would investigate, flashlight in hand, but I found nothing. On the sixth night, I decided to ignore the laughter and tune out the harmonica. I was determined to reclaim my solitude. I poured myself a whiskey and turned on the TV, hoping to drown out the unsettling twilight sounds. As I reached for a slice of pizza, I noticed movement outside the window. My heart pounded as I forced myself to look. There, at the edge of the woods, silhouetted against the twilight, stood the figures of four jesters. Their grotesquely long limbs swayed to a rhythm only they could hear. They sported exaggerated grins illuminated by faintly glowing eyes, wide with mirth and madness. Their laughter was louder now, amplified by their closeness to the house. A wave of dread washed over me, and I recalled the warning on the barn again. Beware the Twilight Jesters. It wasn't a forgotten phrase. It was a critical piece of advice. Yet, there was a curious part of me that wanted to know more about these bizarre figures. What harm could there be in tossing them a slice of pizza, to see what they would do? I pushed open the door, my heart pounding, my hands shaking as I held out a piece of pizza. The jesters paused, their laughter fading as they turned their glowing eyes towards me. The sight of their writhing, hungry expressions filled me with regret and fear. I dropped the pizza and fled back inside, slamming the door shut behind me. I spent the night wide awake, listening to the cacophony of their laughter, the notes of their harmonica, and the relentless scratching at my front door. I knew then that I had crossed a line I should not have. Beware the Twilight Jesters was not a casual warning. It was a crucial rule for survival. The sun eventually rose, and with it, the jesters vanished. I was left with a battered door, a memory of mirth-filled madness, and a newfound respect for the warning on the barn. From then on, I heeded the advice, maintaining my distance from the eerie jesters. Still, their laughter and the haunting notes of the harmonica continue to fill my twilight hours, a chilling reminder of the night I dared to feed the Twilight Jesters.